As technology's teeth sink deeper into how lives are lived, new trends are bound to arise. One of such is gadget timeout, to allow for more person-to-person interactions.
You probably are going to begin seeing where certain things like gadgets off kind of sessions beginning to emerge. Why? Because in many organizations, for every time you have a breather, a gadget, probably in our homes, are there times when we can create that space just to have a conversation?
Nonetheless, there must be a deliberate effort to help the young and old understand that AI and its cousins are only tools that will help them to make deliberate efforts to skill themselves better rather than solely rely on artificial intelligence.
How do we teach our young ones to realize that this is just a tool? It can't replace a human being. That's number one. Number two is that its intelligence is largely dependent on how much time you're spending on it. So if you're spending 8 hours on Snapchat, if you're spending 8 hours on TikTok, TikTok is becoming more intelligent because you're feeding it, but you're not feeding yourself to the extent possible. And that's why it's very easy to say these things are becoming smarter than us, because we are feeding them literally, but we are not investing in ourselves to the extent possible to get to appreciate that I'm smarter.
Even at the workplace, technology presents several fears and anxieties. Leaders need to be proactive to introduce the tools to the employees with the intent to show them that technology is only an enabler and not a better working tool than them.
Because people then fall back into what they usually fall into, which is either I'm so afraid of this thing, it's going to take away my job, or they become so reliant on it that they forget that they are the ones who actually are supposed to be driving the machinery. It becomes so foreign to them. So dealing with that fear, a leader is supposed to articulate it. You bring it out to the forefront. And then I think the last thing is when people are going to be moved out of their roles, because you've gotten some technologies coming in, that can be handled in a very brutal way or can be handled in a nice way. A nice way of handling it is, if you know it's going to happen, how do you reskill your talents?
Technology is here to stay, and with time, it is only getting better. However, the onus is on you and I to understand our place in the ecosystem as those at the top and ensure we maintain it. Joan, Salmon, NTV.